Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Sam.
I'm Rebecca.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Today we're watching Bojack Horseman Season 5, Episode 6.
This is not just a reaction video, it's a watch along, so we'll click play on our copy, you'll click play on your copy, and we'll kind of watch along together. We'll comment along as we go, and if you have any thoughts, comments, you want to tell us that you think we're totally wrong in what we're seeing, leave them below. We read everything, we try to respond to as much as we can.
If you don't want to watch the whole episode along with us right now, you can use the chapter time codes at the bottom of the screen to skip ahead to our discussion at the end of the episode.
And finally, if you've been enjoying our videos, feel free to click like, hit subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment, all that stuff. It really helps us out, and we'd love to hear from you guys.
Last time on the show, we got a Princess Carolyn episode.
I was excited to learn more about Princess Carolyn and her backstory. I can't shake the feeling I was a little disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure if I could pinpoint why, but a few of you commented that you were also a little disappointed with this episode, so maybe it's a common feeling. However, in the grand scheme of things, it occurred to me that all of you guys have been commenting about the episode Free Churro for a long time.
Oh.
And it's the one right after this one. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if this was a bit of a filler of like just getting to this big episode, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. Which I don't mind. You gotta have some filler episodes every once in a while.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think it's important. There's a bit of a ramping up that happens.
Right.
I think in a natural, if they're all fantastic and devastating, then you just get numb, I think.
Definitely.
You've got to have those filler episodes so the other episodes are highlighted.
Yeah.
Like having a frame around a picture.
Or a good meal, right? There's like
Yes.
different flavors, different accents.
Yeah.
So you don't get flavor fatigue.
Right. You got to eat the ginger in between the sushi.
That's right. Well, if you guys are all queued up for Bojack Horseman Season 5, Episode 6, click play.
Now, Netflix.
Original series.
Aw, little baby Bojack.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
This is a heck of a monologue.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Theme song. Oh my goodness.
I feel like Will Arnett is Will Arnett doing the dad, right? I feel like he was doing a good job It still sounds like him. Still kind of sounds like Bojack, but
Right.
slightly different.
Right,
A little
yeah.
more gravelly, a little lower.
Yeah.
It's nice.
There's the sax. And we're back.
I agree with this. Oh, I hate when people do that.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
I like this slow pull out.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
There it is. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. I like that we're just going back and forth between these two shots, between
Yeah.
the like wide and the medium.
And this person he cannot talk it to anymore.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Man. Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Oh, no. Oh. I feel bamboozled.
Man.
Wow.
Man, it's incredible how long this is going.
I think it's gonna be the whole thing.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Ugh. Wow. Huh?
Yeah.
Uh.
This is a cool transition.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh man. Hmm. Hmm. Oh no. Hmm. Oh no. Oh my gosh.
Credits. Nice with the organ music playing the organ playing the outro music.
Jeez, Will Arnett. He just carried the entire episode.
That was a heck of a 26 minutes. That was some great writing.
I was gonna say, and there were no other characters in it. Speaking characters. Oh wait, his dad. Oh wait, it's still Will Arnett.
Man, yeah.
I'm impressed by the writing. I mean, I'm usually impressed by the writing in BoJack.
Yeah.
It's just a well-written show, but to be able to carry an entire episode with just one character speaking.
Right.
And not only that, you're not relying on any flashbacks or other, like, visuals. It's like one shot.
Right.
That just kind of goes back and forth between him talking and a non-response from the shot on his mom.
Yeah.
I suppose you have a bit of a conversation happening with the organist.
Yeah.
But...
And you hear every so often, like, the crowd.
Yeah.
The audience.
They're, like, sort of hushed, whispery shock.
Right. But other than that, outside of the flashback at the beginning, the episode follows the 3 unities.
Oh. Yeah, it does, huh? If you guys don't know, the unities were this idea way back in the day, that a perfect story would have unity of time, place, and action. Unity of time was that the story would take place in a 24-hour period, no more than that. Unity of action was that the story would follow one story. And unity of place is that it would take place in one area, one location, which is quite convenient if you're putting on plays. and that perfect stories would follow the unities. Mm-hmm. A lot of times in television, bottle episodes follow the unities, which is one reason why I love bottle episodes. I just think they're just lovely. Mm-hmm. Every once in a while, you'll notice an episode of television or some movie follows the unities, and you'll be like, oh, that's why it feels so interesting and different.
Yeah.
Man, I loved the ICU bit. Uh-huh. Just like you start with him kind of appreciating it, and then being like, I don't even know if that's what she meant.
Yeah.
Maybe she just meant I see you, like I see a person.
Right.
And then you get to him realizing she's just reading a sign, and that just sort of like kind of devastation.
Yeah.
But you don't even care enough to be devastated, but you do care.
Yeah.
And just that complexity of what you feel towards someone who raised you, but...
Yeah. Man, I feel like by the time I get to that point of the episode, I'm just sort of like, I don't know. Like, is she reading the letters ICU from intensive care unit?
Yeah.
Or is it what he thought at the beginning? Like, there's just like so many iterations and so many possibilities that you're just like mulling over.
Which I think reflects the idea of like what he was saying. Of like, you always have this hope that you will understand each other eventually.
Yeah.
But once they die, you know you never will.
Yeah.
Like, and he's stuck in this thing of like, I want to know what this means, but I'm never going to. Like, it's done.
Yeah, I really appreciated that segment of the monologue. The death of the parent or parents is the end of the potentiality, the possibilities of something.
And it was a neat thing to compare that to a television show.
Yeah.
Like, there are no happy endings, truly, in television shows. Because we always have to keep going. Yeah. Except when it's done. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, except when someone dies. Yeah. Then you no longer can keep going. But it's not necessarily a happy ending. Right. It's just an ending.
Yeah. This was a difficulty I had when I was going through the TV series How I Met Your Mother. And like, just because it's so overtly put out there in the title, like, oh, this is what the show's kind of aiming towards.
To meet the mother.
To meet the mother.
Yeah.
That I couldn't, like, yes, it's about the journey. Yes, you enjoy that process. But I think having that kind of at the forefront, that idea at the forefront, just kind of, at least for me, kept a constant awareness that we're on season 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, and you just know, like, this isn't going to be it. This isn't going to, like, find the thing that we're looking for.
Yeah.
Or answer that question that we've been waiting to have answered.
Right.
Because it's about keeping the show alive.
Right. That's the end goal of the writers, is not ultimately to create a good story. It's to create a story that keeps going.
Yeah, there's that tension there. There's a conflict there, right? There's, like, behind the show, there's hundreds of people that, like, want to have work and want to have jobs.
Right.
And you have to, like, balance that desire of, like, job security with, like, the integrity of the art.
Yeah. Poor Bojack. I feel like it's got to be so complicated for him, where he kind of hates his mother, right? And on some level, there's probably always that thought of, like, I just wish you weren't around. Mm-hmm. And yet, when they do die, that's still a sadness.
Yeah. I loved all the lines he'd throw out to his mom. Like, what about this? Like, knock twice or knock once or whatever for X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked how that was done.
I loved the free churro bit. We go through life and we're just looking for someone to see us, right? We're just looking for someone to just see us as a human, no more, no less.
Yeah.
Right? Not even to like you, just to see you.
Uh-huh.
And in this moment, this woman gives him a free churro and, like, saw him more than, like, his mom did. Mm-hmm. And that's just kind of devastating.
Yeah.
But also something sort of beautiful about it, of, like, in this moment of death, a stranger was grieved for you.
Yeah.
And did the only and best thing she could in the moment.
Yeah.
And give you free food.
Right. And I like how, at least in the thumbnail here, it's, like, small enough that the casket looks kind of like a churro.
Oh. Do you think that's intentional? That's funny.
Do you see it?
Yeah. At least in this tiny thumbnail.
Yeah.
I could go for a churro. You want to go to Costco?
Oh yeah, they have. I loved all the different segments in the writing, like the free churro, the ICU, and a couple other things that kind of got placed as we're going through the arc, the journey, but how they were not just disjointed, like how there was just this, like, beautiful weaving and connecting flow between, like, free churro and ICU and like all the other sort of, like, repeated themes and motifs that kind of, like, were rising and falling through the course of the eulogy.
Totally. I was curious at the end there if through all this rising and falling and, like, sort of, I don't want to call this episode devastating. It was too, like, quiet to be called devastating. Yeah. Some emotion that I don't know if I can fully grasp. But I was curious as I was watching, like, how are they going to end it? Are they going to end it on something, like, really, like, poignant and sad? Yeah. Or are they going to do a Bojack and, like, have a little joke at the end?
Do a Bojack, yeah.
And I thought it was the perfect joke. Yeah. Like, funny.
Right.
Brings you out of the story, completes it, but also is just, like, horrible. and so very Bojack to have delivered a eulogy at the wrong funeral.
As we've been saying in several of the previous episodes recently, I just really enjoyed hanging out with Bojack in this episode. I feel like we haven't gotten to do that very much this season so far. And I've kind of, like, missed him. Yeah. And just throughout this episode, I'm just like, man, I like this guy. I enjoy hanging out with this guy. And especially here, like, through the last, 4.5 seasons that we've been spending time with Bojack, so to speak. Yeah. I feel like this is probably, like, the longest duration and the of intimacy and vulnerability and openness and honesty, and the most heightened level, I guess, of that vulnerability and openness and honesty, where it feels very free flow, stream of consciousness.
Yeah.
And he's not trying to like put up a front or put on a show necessarily, like, which is ironic because there are like showy bits
Right.
where he's like, you know, being cheeky and comedic and
Please
all
hold
this
your
stuff.
applause.
Right. But
there's an honesty there still.
right, yeah.
Yeah, I like Bojack. He's a great definition of like the lovable asshole character.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go back and rewatch our first reaction to him
Yeah.
and just think about like how far we've come.
Right. I mean, you say lovable asshole, but I feel like he's becoming more lovable and less asshole.
For sure. Which is one reason that I've grown to like him is over these seasons you see that very slow but measurable progression of his character.
Yeah.
Which is just all of us.
That's right.
No matter how nice you are, how much of a good person or virtuous person you are, there still should be a progression. There's something lovely about seeing people progress.
Well, that seems like a great place to wrap up today's episode. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. As always, we hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please do subscribe. And we will see you guys next week for the next episode of Bojack Horseman.